I'd love to see her succeed in this best of 3.
Yeah, I think everyone loves watching Angelica play, right? Especially on LAN. She's such a fiery individual. And, well, they're going to have to be firing on all cylinders today, going up against Overpeek, who currently sit top of the group, taking down Titans, Imperial and Nemesis, both falling to Overpeek. Can Peekaboo outpeak them?
All right, then. See what they've got to offer each other as we go into a very aggressive map of Train. Not many places to hide on this A bomb site. There'll be some presence shown there, but the real run is towards the B. Letty's being dropped. She's the first one to go in this pistol round. And there's that rotation now. And the CTs will have to wonder, unless they get their sound cues all the way, they'll have to wonder if there is a lurker coming to stab them in the back later on.
Got a kit on Julie, so they can take a bit of time with this, but there's a lot of avenues that they want to clear out. Look at CT spawn. It is swarming with Ts. Well, it's going to be a bit of a head-to-head here. Margo standing visible, swinging out between the two of them. They take down 2, but Julie, there is some quick flicks. Talked about her and her X Factor. She delivers, but she has to find every kill now, and there won't be any more. The pistol for Overpeek. And I love the way that was set up. The lurk smoke towards Sandwich, allowing Delari just to get out. It kept all of Peekaboo rooted on A.
Yeah, the format of the A bomb sites at present means high urgency, especially when you're denied information. And we can see that the map's been designed to encourage early aggression. Now, that may have something that may play into the rounds we see later on. Based on how Overpeek offer information to their opponent. They can build on that later, should they choose to. In this force buy on the second round for Peekaboo. We'll see what they choose to do now. See the UMP coming out. MP9 somewhat falling out of favor. It is a little awkward to use these days. 4-on-5 then for Peekaboo early with this force buy. Not the kind of map where you're going to be saving Train, but that might not be the case now, as they will be able to trade the kill on the A bomb site. And a 2 versus 3 is doable. There can be chaos here. Letty's been spotted though, so it may be hard for her to close the distance, but the little crouch peek and the strafe will do the job. Now the question is, where is Angelica?
Waiting for her though. Delari just had the read on it. I'm not sure if they had a sound cue or what, but Angelica's flank timing looked really good. Now Letty's in a really tricky spot. Delari doesn't really need to reveal anything. She's just being a distraction. There's not a kit either. So for Letty, even just identifying where Margo is going to be tricky. Hit that 10-second timer soon, and she's got no time for this. Even saving this AK, going to be difficult and going to be impossible. Margo comes through. Overpeek will last verse the force buy. They pick up the AK as well. They lose a Galil and some SMGs, but 2-0 start and a complete economy reset for Peekaboo.
Yeah, that was a tough spot at the end. Where there is at some point an argument to save the AK, but you have to question the likelihood of escaping in that scenario as well. So a promising start for Overpeek then. First map of our best of 3 series. Sostia not on the scoreboard just yet. And I'm sure she'll be joining soon. And it will be a rough start then for Peekaboo. So Hikomi's got good money in the bank. I expect we'll see an AWP early.
Definitely want it on the CT side of Train as well, with how volatile and free roaming you can be with it. It's my favorite map to AWP on at the moment. Actually, I really have a lot of fun on it. It's just so many different ways you can.
Where do you roam, Lucy?
Well, it depends on your spawn. If you've got a B lane spawn, then you've got 2 options, right? You can go upper B with a quick jump over the train, or you can hold the cross down from the lower stairs and then have your rifler go up on towards upper halls to peek it off your contact, or obviously that Ivy. Take fights either down Ivy or down towards main. A lot of AWPers in tier 1 have been taking the peek in towards Pop Dog too, quite commonly.
That's one of the issues I have is that Ivy to hell area. Like I've tried, in a clutch situation where you're looking to retake or clear the A bomb site, you're scoped in early with the AWP to not give your position away, trying to navigate. from Ivy to Hell with all those nooks, crannies, corners sticking out. It is not my favorite. Actually, it is my number one least favorite experience playing CS2. I think that the design.
Mine is crossing mid doors on Dust 2 and getting legged every time. Starting each round with 20 HP.
I just think the design is not good for gaming. I think there are better ways to do that. If you want to slow people down, there's just too many things poking out and deep corners.
There's less than there was. Less than there was.
I may send an email though. We'll see.
Fewer trains. You would have no trains.
Into
you would
A
call
main.
It DE.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be really sad though. We saw an early airstrike here from the CTs into A main, which is a common feature of train, if you will. So T's will have to pick their timings when they want to go for those fast plays, or even send someone out to hold some map control. But again, this should be a nothing round for the CT squad. 2 kills is great though. And perhaps there's a little more in this for Nyla. Wait, did we settle on Naylor or Nyla? We said Naylor, didn't we?
Naylor.
Yes, of course. I cleared this all with Lucy just to make sure I said it right before the broadcast. And of course, I'll check all the wrong boxes on the broadcast.
There's a real chance that we've been saying names wrong like for years, but like the players have never corrected us. So, I'm sorry, Delari or Abitko, if we've been getting that wrong, but...
I always think of like Russian or Slavic countries when I see a Julie. Obviously, she's from Brazil, but like Julia would be Yulia, but with better
it's actually interesting that it is a hard J, actually. It always used to trip me up because we had her and then we had Yuli, obviously playing in North America, which is a soft J. Which you would normally think it's the other way around because of the countries they're from.
Like Poyo and
Is that
Polo.
all?
It is, yes, there we go. Hikomi on the AWP. Playing on the A bomb at present, but we've got the numbers trying to flood into B, being denied by Letty so far. That's the bomb carrier in the back as the third player who chose to retract. Nice pick from Sosia though.
See, I think this might be why they're losing the 45s. Just some little pushes like that give the teams opportunities to get back into this. Goes from a 5-on-3 to a 4-on-3. And on train, it's a lot less comfortable in these situations because you kind of have to split up 2-2. So the T's have that slight advantage. And if they get that first duel, your early advantage is gone.
Yeah, and they've got so much time to find it as well with that player being lost early. But also, Hikomi creeping around the map is an important factor here if she is a one-shot, one-kill AWPer in this scenario. Because you need to play contact as best you can, and that really plays into the AWPer's advantage. It's one of the strongest factors of the AWP, and there'll be help here from Julie as well. Now, if they can limit the bleeding, which they will, this will be a really important round for Peekaboo for surviving at the end.
Yeah, no harm, no foul, and Angelica's push. So they don't lose anyone else, gets them AAK upgrade. Hikomi gets to show her AWP off early. Highlighted her in the pre-show. 2 kills on it. Visper will immediately bring hers out, but it's surrounded by a curious collection of weapons. Whether these Tech 9s insinuate pace or not, we will have to see.
As long as there's utility with Tech 9s, there's plenty of resolution to be had with them. Ever the dangerous weapon. And running and gunning is really good in CS2. How about that for a bell ring? Either way, Julie will hold the map control. That'll be important for now. Holding on. Now, Hikomi's not rotating all over the shop just yet. Just around the A-bomb site for the time being. Peekaboo with the util to slow things down above B.
She's just going to get the peak that she's hoping for. Eddie has no need to extend past this. I'm hoping that team can show some presence. A little lurk smoke over the sandwich to keep CTs guessing.
This is classic train.
Something.
This is a classic train scenario here. Over the years, just cutting noise, taking a bit of map control, cutting noise, and just forcing the CTs to preemptively use their util. It's terrifying for a CT side, whether you're 5-on-4 or 5-on-5, because you just don't know where that push is coming from. You don't know where to put that third person. And it will only be 2 of them on that B-bomb site.
Yeah, but that's normally enough to hold things down, but this actually sneaks out around the lurk smoke. Letty just wants to deny this bomb. No, she's going to get through afterwards. Her teammate, Hikomi, with the rifle swapped with Julie, and she'll clean up. So what could have been a little scary for a moment, they get rid of Angelica and think that they've dealt with all the problems. Letty lying in wait to sneak through. Hikomi, I would have loved to know what she got up to there. Managed to find both Visible and the other player. So it's really showing what she can do on both rifle and orb.
Yeah, that looks really comfortable for Peekaboo. They were quite happy in their positions. Very good finish to that round for them. So therein lies the challenge then. Very clean indeed. And therein lies the challenge for Overpeek. They'll need to make it more uncomfortable for those CTs, avoiding the airstrike for now. And there'll be chain flashes as they stream in. A bomb plant will definitely be a target here, but there aren't many left to do that after Julie's garden hose 3-person spray down. Barely making terra firma on that A-bomb site. Another good hold. And again, these rounds are rich with money for Peekaboo as they look to build, having lost the pistol.
Yeah, nice little test on the A site there, but yeah, didn't get too far. Really just spraying wildly on that third one. Job. Again, high prioritization of this AWP. T-sided train definitely does work well for an AWP. Because CTs do like to get aggressive at different avenues. You'll often see a push at Ivy, a push in upper halls, a push through Pop Dog. I was feeling a bit more defaulty for Overpeek. They've tried some early aggression in both B, both A. Neither was able to breach immediately.
For people at home, when you've got rounds like this on train, you're wondering what to look at, what to look for. I think what to focus on is the information being served to the CTs and how they hold on to their user, which they've done a good job of for now. But suddenly they've got problems as Angelica is dropped around the minute mark. We have a push through Ivy, and suddenly the pace is very, very fast. AK's eliminating. They still have the numbers to trade as well. And we're constantly seeing how important Julie is. Hikomi just moving before firing the shot there, which compromises position. But this round can still be salvaged by Peekaboo. Julie on the rotation. Hikomi getting that bomb plant in. Sorry, Saucy getting that bomb plant in. And now the question is if Peekaboo can find, if they can create space for themselves. Hikomi has a smoke, which may come into play later on. But for now, she'll be moving with the Tech 9. Oh, I was going to say catching Visible, but it seems like she's the one who got caught. That leaves Julie in a 1 versus 2. She has the kit, but doesn't have enough people to cover the angles. And that will be a T round then after a big opening through Ivy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the need for Hikomi to start making moves there was, because she brings the Tech 9 out and then puts some pace on it. So I wasn't sure if that was maybe a call from Julie to maybe offer up distraction, because Julie was last seen Pop Dog. Maybe if Hikomi is noisy over towards Ivy, that it will cause a bit of a gap in connector that Julie can exploit. But yeah, it just allows Visible, who wasn't looking that way at that moment, to turn on the angle. Would have been maybe a chance if she just contacted through to catch off Visible and set up that retake.
Yeah, a very deliberate step there, which didn't pay off. Things like that can be useful on, say, top banana of Inferno if you're lurking and you make that one step, maybe suggesting it was an accident, maybe trying to pull a player over, but I have to think about what that one might have been for. It's interesting the timing of the thunder and then a player disconnecting, because I was watching Black Mold in North America last week, and they had a player where a tree fell on the power lines and cut all their stuff off. So it made me think of that because of the thunder, but I'm sure that's not happening now. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. What do you think of the odds? Less than a percent, surely.
I know what's happened. So
that's cheating. I mean, we're trying to do a quiz here, Lucy.
I knew the answer before you asked the question.
Okay, fine.
So it's not lightning related. But Hindsight have started well versus NIP. That one's currently looking to be a 6-3 start for Hindsight.
What's the first map? Do you know?
Yeah, it's their map pick on Ancient. I know, very tough one to try and beat NIP on. So I think Hindsight, you have to win that first map. But Brandon said, and I'll be keeping a close eye on this, he said that NIP would qualify to Stockholm without dropping a single map. So he might get that wrong here in week 3.
I was watching Vilga streaming yesterday, and she said that she had a dream that I was in recently where it was a zombie apocalypse, and she was thinking, okay, who do I call? And obviously because of all my shooting, she was thinking I have to be on the squad. And I said to her, I can be the whole squad.
You would be a good one to hit up.
Yeah. I could be the whole squad. Entry, anchor, lurk, AWP. I can do it all. At the same time.
Also, large. So
large and in charge. Good, I can throw people out the way.
Target.
Like a human shield.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow, Lucy.
Probably easily outran if need be.
Easily outran.
You'd probably make a good last stand. Like that would be really useful for that. Like a really dramatic moment.
Yeah, I could do a bit of screaming. But if I project too much, my voice box tends to start crying quickly. So we'll see. But at least I can still shoot. Just quietly. I feel like Michael Jackson, when he's resting his voice, he's like, hello. Right?
When he is, like he's still doing it. Is this just in the zombie situation? He's back.
We're back. Overpeek in the lead. If you're just joining us, where have you been? You're late. We've seen the odd airstrike from Peekaboo at the beginning of the round, but they're mixing it up as a CT side should. Julie creeping in. Oh, that's so awkward! A false sense of security. Now the bombs had to commit because they've lost so many players, and they have very quickly lost this round as well.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. This is going to be a very long save for Visfel. Main is a very deadly place on this map, with how aggressive the CTs are there these days. That's crazy. Newt's just updated me. When I mentioned NIP Hindsight and how that was looking like it was going to be 6-3, it didn't go 6-3. It went 5-4, aim 1-on-1v2.
Nice. The Bean Queen herself.
They end up the half 7-5, so maybe they can actually go without dropping the map. We'll see.
The social media of the NIP squad is incredible.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Mia loves
that video they did went like viral.
Oh, the recent one with the Valorante crap. Yeah,
Valorante.
That was really good.
Children game.
Yeah, yeah. Bright lights. God, that moment in main was like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? This bill will look to hold on to the AWP, all importance. So what do you think of this version of Train, this current iteration of Train? How do you feel about it, Lucy?
I like it. I think it's better than last Train. And that is a controversial opinion that I don't think anyone has ever voiced, but I actually think the old Train, the one thing that was better about it was fast spawns from T side being able to get up Olaf without being threatened, and that actually gave you some like early stuff you could do.
Let me get a bit more specific. What do you think about the A bomb site only? Because I think things like Pop Dog are quite interesting now, and I think the B bomb site's good.
Yeah, Pop Dog's good.
But what do you think about the A bomb site?
Definitely an improvement. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that less trains is better. Main still feels a little tricky. I think CTs can get too much control of it. There's maybe an issue with it, but I think the more we see it played, the better it's getting. I think like everything in CS, you just need to chill out when there's a change and just embrace it for a little bit.
I want to shout and scream, Lucy. I want to send emails.
Look, sometimes the changes are wrong, like on Vertigo with the big hole. But sometimes you just need to get used to them. And I think...
Oh!
Okay.
Denied. Wow. They saved the AWP, though. So we had a little airstrike on this hero AWP round from Overpeek. A little airstrike trying to catch the CT rotating towards Pop. They still have the AWP. And now you're talking about human shield a second ago, Lucy. Sosia, Delari, and Bitka are definitely that here. They need to create space for the AWP to find something. A whole lot of nothing so far, however. We've had a few good rounds like this for Peekaboo now. Well, more than a few, actually. We can see Hikomi starts this round with $11,000 in the bank. So they are laughing at present.
Yeah, they've been on a great run. It's just kind of one round out, that breaks up their 5 that they've picked up. So Overpeek have been struggling in the actual gun rounds because it was a 3-0 start after the force fire didn't work out. But it is a CT-sided map. I think especially for teams that don't play it a lot, and for Peekaboo, they most certainly fall into that category. I don't think they've played it, at least officially. So they still want to get a good haul on this CT side. I think 7 at a minimum is the requirement.
So we see Overpeek have taken their map control once again. Now, I was thinking, they've shown some different timings here, some late timing, some classic late timings, some timings around the minute mark. On this occasion, Peekaboo haven't held back. They've taken more aggressive angles. Oh dear. The combo meal deal there, dropping Delari to her own molly. There was a bit of presence there from the CTs earlier on, hence the T-molly inside main. And we see the smoke off here as well. So a spanner in the works being thrown by Peekaboo, which puts Overpeek on a 4-on-5. That
Julie's gonna get caught, surely, no?
She's just too good though, Lucy.
Margo was like right there, tucked into the side, and Julie just didn't peek enough. Margo missed the timing. That would have definitely been a way back in.
I guess you could say it was a Peekaboo from Julie.
It's here at least for the next couple of hours, guys.
You miss B-Dog. I've got jokes.
Yep.
I know you guys always... Listen, I'll make you laugh.
Good flash. Fantastic flash. Angelica Spray, pretty good. Looking to tap one out, and she hits it too. Committed to that position. Could have disengaged, but that extra kill now means the back line's blocked off. Will Julie just walk through this? That seems crazy. And she's given up her life for it. Couldn't remove Margo. And puts it in the 2-on-2. Naylor misses her mark. That HE, though, that will guarantee one of these trades. The Flames go forward. Margo is sitting in that smoke. Such low HP. Hikomi has all the advantage. Just needs to find her. Surely she's isolated this possibility. Potential that she could have irked back towards Thomas, but Margo just lies next to Oil. Hikomi needs to clear this close angle, and she will. Quick to the dome, quick to the defuse. Could have gotten scary with that push down ramp. Hikomi recovers with a 1v2.
Sosia did her best, but on this occasion, it was not enough for that round. A really important win for Peekaboo. Keep the wheels turning for their team. Just not enough health to survive the shrapnel towards the end. Nice clutch. Very nice indeed. I think these feel like crucial rounds for both teams. They're fighting tooth and nail once we really get into it. We'll see how they pay off later on, or not, for Peekaboo. Again, the airstrike going into main, being avoided by Delari. Waited for and avoided. Caught rotating over, though. Now, does Julie ask for support? Well, she'll go try and do it herself, but Counter-Strike is a game of awkward timing. All 10 still standing for now. Minute 30 on the clock. That smoke will soon be gone, and then one of these two will. This occasion, it will be Delari. That's the 12th frag for Julie.
Every one of her kills comes off a 15-bullet spray, I swear. Margo gets a nice trade off the lurk of Sasha, but now Julie steps through, and that would have been the bomb if she'd found it. Now it's a little uncomfortable. Smoke's going to go down on Con. Margo, that smoke's actually really done the job because it allows Hikomi to sneak out the backside. Oh, sorry, Angelica. 50 seconds, so they have time to group back up. Hikomi gets close. She can watch. This space close by Naylor. Up into Olaf and misses the opportunity a bit cut on that smoke fake. Catches her off guard. Hikomi spotted out on her peak, but then Angelica comes through, puts into the one-on-one as Margo gets that critical trade. Play that we wanted to keep an eye on coming into this series. Hasn't been out so far, but this 1v1 massive if Overpeek can convert it. Margo with this timing with her. Angelica last known in towards connector. E-box allows that pivot. Angelica walks all the way around back red. She'll catch Margo completely off guard. There is no way she is ready for this angle, and Angelica stealths her way around the entire map to close out the round.
Go. God, she's got so much energy. It's wonderful. Honestly, we need players like her so badly in every corner of the sport, but that is a hell of a rotation as well. And she got off to the races fast. She knew exactly what needed to be done and delivered on that. Again, a really good CT side, it feels like here. Winning the important clutches, pulling away as we reach the half-time period. Nice. Doesn't matter if it's LAN or online, the pop-off is always there for Angelica. Great boost for the squad as well to have a line on your team like that. Anyway, last round of the half. T's swinging in now, turning up the heat on the A bomb site. And it's all about the numbers here, all about keeping the trades up. But Hikomi and Julie have got something to say about that. We've got nades in the smokes. A 4-on-3 though, it is brittle for both as there are many players in smokes. It might just be about who peeks where first. Jaka could find two here. Indeed, she will spot the second, but only get the first. Fistful in her Bitka now. 2-on-2 as Julie has dropped, quickly made one. Fistful in the clutch. Can't find that second player in time though. And at half time, it will be 8 for Peekaboo.
anxiety's calling. You lay in your bed, but it feels like you're falling. Do you recognize that feeling? The demons under your ceiling. Whenever he hurts and nothing is healing. Yeah, I don't even wanna be awake, cause every second that I live is like a wasting. Can you help me start to replace all the memories that stand in my ways? You know what I really hate the most is that happens to me is like a ghost. It's so far away, I only wanna be okay. Tell me why should I stay away? If only dreaming can erase the pain. Tell me tomorrow we will rise.
Well, a brilliant half from Peekaboo, ending it with 8 on the CT side, and that was with an 0-3 start as well. Overpeek's map pick not going their way. And, well, maybe the CT side will, with a couple of quick kills coming through, and that is a fast pistol.
Before you can finish your sentence, utterly deleted. Wow. CT's playing from range. I saw loads of bodies towards Ivy, and then I saw loads of bodies all over the A bomb site. That was nasty, nasty work. I mean, it happened so fast I couldn't even... There was lots of things I couldn't look at.
Yeah, Belari was in a good spot and killed people, and so did everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, where's your helmet, bruv? Is the question that was being asked by Overpeek.
Imagine if you could drop helmets.
I don't think my brain's got the capacity for that.
Not got the capacity for too much, does it?
No. A little limited.
Well, that's good. The double MP9 push gets all 5 kills.
That's not a bad start to a CT side. Just like we had a good run from Peekaboo in the first half. Overpeek have started very well. Once again, actually, that's both pistols they've won now, unless I'm crazy. And Vispel will be on the AWP immediately. Very nice.
Yeah, OP got both pistols.
Yeah, that's pretty solid work.
4 of their rounds coming on the start of the half. It's the gun rounds that were lacking in that first half. Don't suspect that Letty will be ready for the AWP to be this active, or to maybe even be present this early. Probably would have wished you had it over here at Ivy. 3 players, mantle up, Abitka wanting to hold on to this incendiary as long as possible. Forced to drop it. She doesn't have a smoke either, so she might need some support soon. Vispel, all right, noted, and actually he's the one that walks away more hurt.
It's interesting keeping an eye on the radar when that T-smoke comes in, where Abitka doesn't know if people are creeping up or not. She's still dealing with it on her own, though, rotating round the back to take a different approach. Margo's come closer in case help is required. So we've got a heavy defense of A at present.
Oh.
Oh, there's no way!
Oh, no!
Oh, paper bullets. That won't do.
You know, it's best that we just pretend that sequence didn't happen from anyone's POV.
There's so many issues now, though. Sosia's got so much to do, but she doesn't even realize it just yet because of the smoke.
Nayla
She's
found
making
another.
their way through, and Nayla's causing problems right the back in the meantime. Finally dealt with by Vispel, and maybe this can be salvaged by Overpeek. But as I say that, Vispel's been lost. 2 on 3, bomb planted. Sosia still holding by connector. Might have a rough idea of where people are, but this utility is going to make life worse for them. Margo's the one with the kit, spotting ahead, but can't quite make that connection just yet. High urgency now for Overpeek, as this is a very rough round, and that kit is in no woman's land, if you will. Sosia 1 versus 3, kit nowhere to be found. Not sure if she's looking for a kit or an AWP on the floor. Either way, she'll join the floor, meaning that Peekaboo are back to winning ways.
Oh my goodness. That was, I mean, first of all, Nayla had like a great timing on that lurk to get the kill. But then pulls out a molly, that swing. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think Nayla definitely redeemed herself with that tap. So
Nightmare situation.
huge. That's it. They won the round purely because of Nayla getting that free kill. Or, yeah, it was free. Shouldn't have been.
Sometimes it'd be like that, Lucy. And I think if you're the one doing it, you're getting, I don't know, 15, 17 bullets and you're like, oh, goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. It's only a matter of time. This is a great way to fight back, however. Charging into main. We'll see if Delari can stay alive. Desperately waiting for that smoke to rise. Not punishing the reload. There's more than one T here, though. We've got a flank from Ivy as well. Vispel with the scout. We've got big problems here for Peekaboo. They have almost no control of anything. Basically, Leslie needs to be their hero now. Otherwise, they are screwed. Oh, down she goes!
Oh, no, you cursed her.
What? That's a strong accusation. There was no curses here. I'm just bearing witness.
Oh, this timing's gonna be terrible as well. Okay, they both saw each other, right? Julie definitely saw Felicia then?
I don't think so.
I don't know how she didn't. It's a 4x3 moment. This one has been... Well, you know, Overpeek haven't been able to win gun rounds, but I guess they can win it when they've got pistols and they just run at your face.
If this round is successful, it will balance everything out, and there's no mental pressure for Overpeek, but it's probably finished. The bomb's on B. You don't want to give more AKs over.
Yeah, this could be the round that kind of defines this map.
All right, I don't know how you feel about this, but from the CT perspective, where the MP9 has been nerfed to a point where I don't trust it, I don't know what it wants to do, regardless of what I want to do. Some people are leaning towards the UMP. I think save your money and just pick up a 5.7, honestly.
Yeah, the 5.7 is so stupidly OP.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what your money is. I'm leaning a lot more towards FAMASs now than I used to because they're pretty cheap as well. So, yeah, SMGs are becoming far less common on the CT side from my purchasing.
Yeah.
I don't love that Overpeek went into... that Peekaboo went to main then, knowing that they're up against lesser weaponry. That kind of set them up for that round to go out of control.
Yeah, I think the way I would always implement the MP9 at a certain distance, whereas I think if I'm going to pick up a FAMAS, like I want that kind of moving, skirmishing factor. So for me, I'll lean to the 5.7. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I've never been wrong.
It's so strong.
It is.
And it's just so accurate as well. Like,
yeah, and you can still go after multiple people with it. So I think it's the undercover brother.
Definitely needs a nerf. Put that in your email.
I'll put it. Well, I mean, what will I use then? I very much enjoyed abusing the MP9 on Mirage Ramp, etc. So I may exclude that from my email. I'll tell you about my last email actually when there's time. It's relevant.
Tune in to hear more about James's emails. Delari had a rough time on the opposite side of main, so he's hoping to have a bit of a funner time here on the CT side, where she doesn't get bombarded by utility every round, and that is a great peek from Vispel.
Oh no.
But Soshi is there to convert it. A little messy, and Margo up close, not anticipated because they saw Delari. They didn't expect Margo on the close angle. The pick has gone down, but you've still got Delari, you've still got Margo, and you can't get out of main. This attempt to brawl outwards has not gone well, and Margo is so difficult to hit. Ends the round with 3.
Beautiful work from Margo near main. Very nice indeed. I was wondering if the CTs might mix things up with how they use the util, although it comes with risk as well. Like when they put the deep HE into A main when they had a CT by double stack, but I thought, is there a consideration to just pop the smoke and go for an unexpected peek? Of course, they'll probably be holding their guns, so that does come with risk as well. But I would like to see that. I want to see the aggressive plays. I want everybody to channel vintage fanatic and just W all the time. Speaking of W, we've got the Tech 9s closing in on the B bomb site, and there's a charge from Nyla. We might just have a bomb plant in this for this T side of Peekaboo and perhaps a little more.
Well, he doesn't go out until it's far too late. Smoke will even go down to make it tricky. Naylor up close, cleared by Vispo. She just wide peeks straight into that, hits the quick shot. That removes the forward spacing from these Ts. They just get overwhelmed by the better weapons. And Angelica surely anticipated. Nice first tap. But finding any more. Oh my goodness, she had a chance there. But Abika makes sure that one can't go awry. Overpeek gets to double digits.
That's a really good round to build on as well, because they've got to keep these CT spending. I think Margo had almost $13,000 at the beginning of round 20. So that's important work being done there at the end by Angelica. And especially, I think, if you're measuring the success of that round, you've got a fair chance at a bomb plant, just throwing bodies at the problem. Maybe a bomb plant on 1 frag is probably the minimum you're going for. 2 frags, great. 3 frags, excellent work. Really good. But now the question is, can they build on that? Visball continues to get aggressive, having a look up a beat as Peekaboo fight to establish their map control.
Punished for that a few times now. Big. Despite struggling in the gun rounds, 10 feeling very good for them. Like it was spiraling for a little there. Now they feel like they're firmly back in control, and they've got a lot of map control here as well. Overpeek should... Sorry, Peekaboo should go through... There we go, I did it. Did the peaks wrong. Should be aware of this forward positioning. Margo going first, and Hikomi missing the chance. The wide swing onto the AWP as they're trying to recock, but then Julie, she'll swing just as quickly. Still have a Bika tucked in towards Hell. This position not cleared, but letting adjust to that angle. Low HP on both Vispel and Sasha. Spells a disaster for the CTs. She almost maybe had an opportunity there, but Letty will go down to Vispel. Does this, incentivize them to go for this?
Yeah, they will really be encouraged by that. They've both got kits as well. An important, an important frag by Vispel. Oh, she was so close to the flick there, but I think Sosia has run out of luck on this one. Just close enough to lose everything, and again, they keep them spending. Peekaboo wiping out all the CTs there. Really important, and what a great time to do it as well. 10 to 10. Now the heat really rises for Overpeek.
Yeah, at least they have enough money that it's not going to cause a problem in this next round, but certainly as the half continues to get close to the end. Now 10 to 10. The breaking point momentarily. Naylor taking the forward spawn with the AWP, wanted to catch a player crossing, doesn't get that opportunity. They managed to get this full control. This was just going to walk through, yeah. Not thinking that the Ts might have moved into that space. Naylor gets information on 2 players too, based on where she got shot from. Forced out in the open by the flames, and then the swing comes through, but the connection on the spray does not. Still a player close on site. Margo needs to be the hero. And her timing here, it could have been good. But Hikomi is better as she finds the final 2. And the breakthrough for Peekaboo gets them 11.
And that's the kind of battle sniper that we need to see Hikomi doing on this T side. We saw the struggles on the round prior as the second person in towards main at a horrible angle to try and trade frag at close range. Much better situation now. Relatively free kill with a CT trying to get a cheeky rotate into Pop Dog. But Hikomi was where she needed to be on that occasion, opening up the A bomb site for her team. And then they had the numbers to flood in, keep the trades up. I did wonder about Margo. She looks very capable when it comes to clutches. She's got really good spatial awareness, but on that occasion, she was caught short. Still though, 20 frags, top of the fragging leaderboard for this series. But how this run has gone, this run of rounds on the T side and the money that the CTs used to have is breaking their economy at the absolute worst moment. Slowly, again, maybe 4 rounds ago, they had the riches, but now in the dying rounds of the game, they are completely running out of financial steam. This is brutal looking, at least.
Yeah, they're essentially going to have to concede map points on their map pick. This has been Peekaboo running the show for a lot of it. And the way the pistols went. Who are the first to She get to 12. Speaks volumes to what they're showing. Their first outing on train. Margo is looking to get pretty aggro here. She's gotten up very close. Well, she's trying to do a little bit of baiting with some jumping, jiggling. Margo gives up her position. Has forced the T's to take time in their clearing, so they haven't got a lot of map control just yet. Right, they're just going to completely give up this space on the map. So this is going to really force them to either come back later or go for an A play. It's going to be a complete disengage and then walking back with more bodies.
Sosya surely showing a bit of arm. Maybe heard something there, but what can they really do in this scenario? Essentially walking the plank heading into this B bomb site. They could collect a rifle though, if they could play for some exits or something. I think anything would be helpful for the rounds to come.
I don't love these smokes to put down because it allows the pistols to get really close.
Yeah, it's dangerous. But they're confident, they're comfortable.
It's all fine, no casualties. So that one clean as you like. 12 for Peekaboo. What a surprise showing here on train. It's still not good finances for the CT side going into this round. They're still going to be lacking in util, which is so important on this map. They do have the AWP, but that comes without armor. It's going to be a tricky one if they want to go to 24.
Full focus now. Oh, Vispel's got a very rearward spawn. Limit how aggressive one can be early. There's good util around the CT side, but again, surely it's nervous territory. Now, I wonder, Peekaboo have had quite a reasonable pace. If they choose to play a slower round, I do wonder how nervous Overpeek will be holding on to their util, or if they will just play as normal. Not the first time any team's been down against Game Point, of course. Have a look at this though, lightning fast as there will be flashbangs eaten, and the smoke on main will really help Delari get not one but a second frag as well. Pre-fire and Nyla could not fall back in the red, and now she is gone. That is a hell of a response. The first of 2 tests for Overpeek, just for survival.
Keeping it so clean so far, also brilliant for them. So they can have all the util next round. Chance even up some more AKs. Oh, players here won't help things. Hikomi still fighting forward. Anything more, Hikomi? She's found that third, and what looked like a certainty falls into a 2-on-2. And a chance here for Peekaboo to completely catch Overpeek off guard. You know, Delari's in towards main, and Jogger with the bomb. Such a fragile position for her. Yeah, timing not good. So it would have to be Hikomi with every kill. Question is, where is Sosya? That smoke towards E-Box. That's got to suggest things. It's to the mind of Hikomi, who finds that 4th frag. Can she really end it like this? An ace clutch. Just needs that final kill. Sosya nervous despite the HP advantage. Hikomi on barely a slither. But time also dwindling. The bomb not in her grasp, and Hikomi realizes there's not an option to go for this. It's got to be the save on this rifle. The ace is denied.
Oof. That was crazy. They gave her all the info, but I don't think she needed to save that. She had 5k in the bank. If she dies after time or anything, she could have gone for it, which is unfortunate. Teammates could have come that, but what a problem Hikomi is on the rifle in this round. Utterly crazy. There we were thinking we could relax. We were waiting for the round to play itself out, but blimey. That
This
was...
should have been an AK, like 3 AKs on the CT side, the AWP, instead it's MP9s, a FAMAS. Ouch. But it is still the Overpeek round. At the end of the day, that was the objective.
Yeah, still a rough buy here for Overpeek. 2 dodgy MP9s on the server. I really do feel like so much muscle memory from how the MP9 used to be, and the same thing won't necessarily yield you the results you're looking for. Overpeek will certainly hope that that will be the case. A slower pace then from Peekaboo. They have 3 flashes. They've got some util. I don't think they've seen that close player on Ivy. There will be problems here for a bit cut. Oh, maybe some range anxiety with the MP9 as well, which falls in Ivy, and the dream is collapsing for Overpeek. Delari doing what she can. 20 seconds. That's something which is in their advantage. Never mind, the bomb's been planted now. That didn't last long. A pop flash, a swing and a miss from Letty. Delari's still alive. There's 1 kit. It's in the hands of Vispal. Currently by Ivy. Sosia showing some elbow. And now Delari with only 5 HP. Needs to run distraction. She needs to make space for Vispal. It's the only way. Vispal now switches to the rifle with the kit. Does not know where Hikomi is. And she will rear her head once again to close out the game. 13-11.
Brilliant showing from Peekaboo. Their first time we've seen them here playing on Train. And they take down Overpeek, who won this map. First, a convincing 13-6 win over Shinigami. They did get 13-0'd during the qualifier to one of the teams there. So I'm not sure what to read into that, if that was just a qualifying blip. For Overpeek, they played it the other week in versus Nemesis. We had that on the broadcast. That was a double OT affair that they weren't able to close. So they're looking to try and get their first nuke win of the season. Otherwise, this will be a Peekaboo map.
Well, then let's see what they have to offer. I'm wondering how the CTs who play in isolation will be able to hold their areas, or what the decision making will be like. For example, the ramp player. Sometimes, yes, there are more than one person there, but when you've got to make that decision on your own to stand your ground, to rotate, to be a nuisance, I think things like that might be determining factors in this series overall. But it is a pistol round. Margo, our one to watch, is proving that yet again, keeping her team in the fight here as Vispal delivers, and Margo will find the 4th Peekaboo player, leaving Angelica with much work to do. And we'll see how she isolates fights. She has an idea of where some of them are, and she has time on her side as well. Plenty of fishing to be done with the Glock. With the pre-fire as well. Is this a solvable scenario? All the pre-fire in the world won't beat these players on this occasion. Overpeek win another pistol.
That position for Vispal is just impossible to get past there. But Margo doing a great job from Dole. Just sort of tucks into that little cubby, catches the first player, and then just keeps fighting forward. Lovely triple for her. And that was with the Bitka going down first, right? Bitka decided to play an active line. I'm not sure whether she thought maybe Margo was going to move more up to control so they could have a crossfire, but I'm surprised she didn't drop down to a safer spot. That was a one and done position that she was in, and she didn't get the 1, but it's okay because Margo got 3.
You're a big fan of doors, Lucy.
Yeah, I have been.
Do you prefer the doors that are destructible or the doors that are indestructible in Counter-Strike?
Glad you specified in Counter-Strike. Wait, which ones are indestructible?
Well, I mean, not always in the map pool. Cash? Squeaky?
Yes, that's true. Cash, yeah.
Can't blow that one up. So, you know, do you you want to blow the door up?
I like that they can be blown up because it adds an extra element, doesn't it, with the nades? So it just becomes part of the strategy, right? Whether a door is blown or not means that CTs have to keep re-smoking it. They can't just rely on the sound cue. So there's all extra elements it adds versus an indestructible door, which can only be in 2 states. A destructible door can be in many states.
It's interesting how, depending on the needs of the map, it can be in either team's advantage. Like the CTs will look to blow off the door in overpass because then it makes it more difficult for the Ts to hold short B. But here on Nuke, the concern is with the CTs.
There's that nade. Blow open that door.
There we go. You must be pleased. Door's gone.
I am. Well, I wouldn't be pleased if I have to keep smoking it, but...
No more door, Lucy.
No more door.
But I'll be back next round, for a time at least.
Yeah. You know, if you're into doors, this is the place to be, because there's lots of doors on this map, and they keep coming back.
Hashtag door.
Vika's going to be tested again. She's got the MP9. You're a hater of that. She won't stick around to fight, so Angelica scared her off. And an early juncture too. This one with the op, she's always trying to get that as quickly as possible. See, the MP9 still can do it, James. You just need to...
Yeah, I'm not a hater.
Like
I've just broken up with it, you know? I just can't trust it anymore.
Okay.
Julie, I was going to say...
2 players by herself.
Yeah, she was hanging on with 3 HP. That has reduced to 0. Now let's see if the remainder can hold on. 3-on-2 for Peekaboo as the bomb is planted. Always good to get a molly up there. Not sure how much those HGs will play into this one. And that's quite a checkmate for Abika, isn't it? Oh, close but not quite. There's nothing really you can do there. When there's only 2 of you, you're in the vent and you've been spotted and you've got an MP9. Like, what are you doing there? You're just leaving, really.
Yeah. I'm also, I guess I can understand why Vespa decides to push in towards Trophy rather than Heaven, because it's the less conventional position for the AWP to come from. She was last spotted in Hell, right? Getting the kill on Julie. It just meant that as soon as that round's called off, she's in a really uncomfortable position where Angelica's able to punish. You lose that AWP and gets 1 kill, and the kill is fairly inconsequential. So a bit unfortunate. This is a Peekaboo round that defies the odds. This is a 4-on-5 they managed to bring back.
Against all odds, as they say. As the Mariah Carey song goes. I won't sing it. Solari's looking for her first frag. With the 5-7, she may still have a strong chance. And Naila with the AK also looking for her first effort in this game of Nuke. Still early here. This is a winnable round for both squads. Will still be a dangerous one for Peekaboo, who will definitely feel strong in this scenario. Great range for that 5-7. So dangerous. Oh, hello. Where are you off to? Says Margo.
Margo can actually be a real nuisance here. She might just get caught from these players in Garage, but no, Abika had her back, so Margo strikes for another. Naila did find the lurk in lobby. But despite the lesser weaponry, these M4s are putting good work into this round. That's the bomb dropped out in Garage as well. And Margo's still playing an indestructible. She knows that she's got this MP9 player who's playing in towards main. She'll be dealt with. Then Margo can strike and she will find 4. 9-1 is Margo. Putting up a show here for Overpeek.
Yeah, great stuff. They used the info well. Also, only 2 players left for Peekaboo was very compromising. Sound cues coming off the roof, of course. Not much you can do about that. Bad situation is simply bad. First one on the plate, though. Angelica just gliding over Margo. That'll be a frustrating one for the T side. Let's see what their next buy looks like after the failure there. It will be a quick one through A at the very least. A run into the vents, at least from one player. Angelica waiting for someone to follow. And it's not the bomb, however. But even with that run into the vents, they'll find more An opening on the ramp is going to be a huge problem. Vispel will keep the numbers even. But now we're going to have the Tech 9s and AKs swarming all over the shop towards B. This could be a difficult retake for Overpeek.
Yeah, especially Angelica with that position in vent as well. So they don't need to worry. They can just run bomb out. Layla steps in to kind of provide that extra angle. So Angelica only has to focus forward. Very favorable fight even with the Tech 9, but the no-scope. That's the way that plays out. Vispel living with 5 HP. And Naylor deleted by Margo. Really tricky now for Hikomi and for Letty, but Hikomi steps forward, low HP on both these players, and she doesn't quite deny the bomb. Oh, look at it, 4 HP. If she'd gotten that kill, that was the round. But instead, they walk away with the defuse, and that one stings.
Yeah, that was so close and so brutal. Socia, the one with the kit, she had to get on that bomb. Even just like half a second, that was crazy. I mean, it was always going to be from what we saw, the no scope into the vents. My word. But again, it wasn't a complete loss because it was a lot of damage that was done by the T side. And again, they can build on that. Such is the nature of Nuke. If they can capitalize on that damage in a round such as this, another chance now because they have found an opening towards A. Isolated fights will be less so as Margo gets an opening through the smoke thanks to the HE. 13 for 2 is Margo.
Yeah.
She's got somewhere to be.
It actually ended up being quite good that we missed the opportunity to highlight her before the first map, because map 2 has been her shining point. 13 and 2. That is remarkable work from Margo. Leave some for the rest of us. The team is probably not saying. You're always happy when you've got someone hard carrying you. I
mean, are you trying to avoid Margo at this point if you're on the T side? Because, again, she's in an important role. She knows how to play it. That much is clear. And I talk about these CTs in isolation. Like if she's moving from the outside to the inside, having to position herself as well. You can't just make those rotations for free. But she is roaming. A marauder on Nuke. See if Peekaboo can turn things around then. Beginning of round 7, just one round to show for the previous 6. Tech 9s have got them close, but close is not good enough.
Oh, and ramp. Well, that's worked out very well for Overpeek. Ayla and Hikomi go down immediately from each of these elements that was defending ramp. Really was pushed off early. Now tries to step in, but she's going up against Margo. Trying to slide out, but straight into Soshia's waiting arms, and there's Margo as foretold. This round peters out after ramp success. The rest just get picked off like flies.
Well, they started out trying to go to not Margo. That didn't work. And I do feel like, I mean, if this continues, this might be... Okay, so I would rarely say that something is over, but if this run continues, from Overpeek's point of view, they may find revenge in one half from the first map. Tech 9s once again with Util. Again, Nuke is a great map when you've got the mollies, and indeed they have the mollies, and here they come. Socia will be up in the smoke, but will she find an angle where she can actually help her team? The darts are flying all over the shop, and they know to focus on this smoke. Maybe it delays the bomb plant here. They're fishing, they're eating nades, they're not planting just yet, and now the cavalry are on the way. A bit corrupt from heaven, finding 2, and still her teammate standing in the smoke this whole time. Oh man, Sosia's griefing.
That's so funny. She just puts the smoke down and doesn't move. Wow. They're all just looking, they're waiting for her to move. They're like, when is she gonna peek? When is she gonna peek? But she doesn't need to. The smoke's gonna last for ages.
And
that is one way to anger a bomb site.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet
I mean,
she's
what
like,
could
I
you
baited
do?
for you guys. I get the defuse.
I think it's because they don't have rifles. I mean, they can't just spam her out. So it's the perfect play to make. Vic, some good kills in this retake as well. They did deal with Margo, 1 for 1. Just dealing with Margo, not enough. Oh, up on top. Margo being very, very audacious with a position like that, especially with so many players outside. Delari goes down as well. So looking like Peekaboo have finally found the answer.
Overpeek can afford to take a few risks at this point. With that AWP frag, this might just be winnable. We'll see if Viffel can find another one willing to go into the flames there. And take that risk with the AWP. Less fighting required versus... Oh dear. Peeking to the site, but Angelka around the back will be a problem. And I think that's where the CTs will draw the line on this one and try to hold on to what they have. A frustrating half a Peekaboo thus far, but finally a taste of success.
Yeah, first time they've gone kind of heavy outside with rifles early, and it's the one round that Margo decides to take the most aggressive, exposed angle possible. Going to go to peek over top of the smokes from top garage. She had nowhere to go once she got found out. And as soon as Delari gets caught as well playing around red, it all kind of falls apart. They were kind of hoping, I think, that Peekaboo were going to respect some of that early util and give them a bit more room to set up on top of garage and with the aggressive line, but they'll break through.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get that peek.
I love the intent. It's menacing.
Got info. She'll be there to greet them.
This will be interesting. Now, do they chase all the way? Does she reset with a nasty angle? Everybody gets away scot-free on that one. The rifle support has been dropped now, and things become awkward for the AWP. Nice pre-fire from Angelka, and this was collapsing for Overpeek. A bit needed a multi-frag there, was only able to get the one, and now things start to become expensive. But it's a 2-on-2 with that frag from Sosia flying out of the ladder, and perhaps it's doable after all.
Opportunity now. Julie's low HP, but doesn't matter. Margo gets caught off guard, walking around that edge, and then Angelka up on over. Oh, end up converting that round. Naylor going down in towards lobby. Turned that one on its head for a moment, but Margo just caught off by Julie walking through double as she's clearing the right-hand angle. A couple of back-to-back rounds, still not enough to break this economy from the CT side, so Peekaboo are going to be fighting against rifles every single round for the rest of the half. Again, if they can bring this back for 5, that'll be feeling very respectable considering the position they were in.
Wondering if they're starting to warm up here, Peekaboo. Many a Tech 9 round. Probably a good thing Nyla didn't respond there. She was so close to the smoke. All but guaranteed of getting sprayed down. Sosia looking for a multi, running out of bullets though from all that peppering of the smoke. That will be a problem. There'll be a team kill in here, which will not help Peekaboo, and it will be a stunted approach into that A bomb site. Just a quick flash of success, but ultimately colossal failure, leaving Overpeek with 8.
You know the importance of getting this 4th round. Enough to have everything they need into this. Although, I'll be real with you, the pistol rounds, not looking successful so far. So I'm not sure if 4 is going to be enough anyway. But 4 in the pistol, and then we're talking about this nuke comeback. Meanwhile, I think we're almost concluded the community stream. NIP 10-2 on Inferno. Brilliant half from them. Maybe Brown is going to be right after all about this.
They do like an Inferno.
Map business.
Margo's got an AK in the last round and a half. 16-4-5. Nobody else is close. We've got CTs in secret. A bit
Just
of this
making
time.
away.
Yeah.
Any flash? No, just going to be contact. But they're all looking at that smoke as it goes down. They want to kind of just cross quickly. So Vic's able to exploit for one. Not the multi, but Ilari's already down, so they can't scale off this. They don't really have a ripcord. Letty is in lobby.
Overpeek saw a lot of players by secret, though, which makes me wonder if a risk is considered. You would imagine someone's probably holding in lobby based on what they saw. Perhaps not deemed worth a push here on the upper ground anyway. Oh dear. Was the scope heard as well? Surely it was. That's half the CTs in secret. But A's not weak enough, it seems, says Sosya. And Margo's here as well with that AK. Maiming the remainder of Peekaboo now. One grenade too many from Sosya makes it doable here on the A bomb site for Peekaboo. Bomb rotating over, Letty covering heaven. Vispel and Delari on the rotation.
They're going to be coming from maybe positions you don't expect. Delari in from main. Heaven not going to be a threat. Vispel has a tricky position to clear in through lobby. Both got kits, though, time to work with, and both these T's stuck behind the silos. Julie, with a lot of responsibilities, she might just walk straight into this scope, depending on what Vispel's angle clearing is like. In fact, it's Delari that wins that duel. Letty, they surely should be able to isolate, and they'll find out now, but time's ticking. Delari needs to find this kill ASAP, and Letty is just playing this to perfection. There's no time, Delari. A nade will expose her, but the defuse can't go off, so it will be an 8-4 half.
2 a.m. in the morning, and your anxiety's calling. You lay in your bed, but it feels like you're falling. Do you recognize that feeling? The demons under your ceiling, when everything hurts and nothing is healing. Yeah, I don't even wanna be awake, cause every second that I live is like a wasting. Can you help me start a replace all the memories that stand in my ways? You know what I really hate the most is that happens to me is like a ghost. It's so far away, I only wanna be okay. Tell me why should I stay away? If only dreaming can erase the pain. Tell me why should I waste another minute staying in this critical phase? I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. Some better days. Some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. It's too late in the evening. I should probably get some sleep, but I just can't seem to set my mind at ease. I can find an escape. There are many doors I would take, but I can't make one of them become a way. So I'm drowning myself in the media, cause I don't wanna face what I'm feeling yet. I am scared of fighting this alone. I've tried to turn on the light, but my demons know how to hide. Lately there is just no end in sight. Tell me why should I stay away? If only dreaming can erase the pain. Tell me why should I waste another minute staying in this critical phase? I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for
Cause once we start, you know we're never gonna stop. We own it. We're winning every time. We own it. Pushing every day and night. We own it. We don't do compromise. Yeah, yeah. We touch down every time. We touch down every time. This is our time, hit it up for the rebound. This is our turn to see.
Back we go. Pistols again. Now, these tend to go one way in this series. See if they can be turned around. Oh my word. Julie just only needs the one tap. They're so quick. Nasty work again. They're so brief. We barely get to talk in sentences.
Oh my God. I'm so sad she didn't get the ace. Because that would have been one of the coolest aces ever. Still,
Casual.
one of the coolest quads. Like, that was so quick. Watch your back.
It's just so casual.
These are sort of clips everyone wants to do. Like, everyone dreams of those USB clips.
My word.
And that's their first pistol, right?
The left button on her mouse is for sit down. About time they found some success at the beginning of a half. Game on then. Love those bullets on the M4A4. Plenty of love to spread around. No losses for Peekaboo. But now the real game begins in the second half.
This feels much better, doesn't it? This is what, 7-1 into 8-6. Peekaboo, like they were out of Nuke, but they've managed to grind their way back into a respectable position.
We just got a real match.
Yeah, Overpeek, their side switches were a little off on train, so we'll see what the T side can offer up here. Molly not doing the trick. It's not doing what Victor hoped it would do. Trying to flush that player forward. She's spotted Angelica, but not before a teammate goes down. And then the Hikomi swing comes through. So trying to be very disruptive early. Julie, it's a chance here. MP9 doesn't. Oh!
From out of nowhere.
Not expecting Daylari. Neither were we. Still a chance here. Letty manages to stand tall, and that distraction will allow Naylor to swing. Low HP. Daylari can't get it done. It's Naylor from the heavens with high impact.
That was a very back and forth affair. It felt brittle for everybody, I think, around the outside there. Scary stuff. Many losses for Peekaboo. Maybe feeling they were able to salvage that one towards the end. And as we spoke about in the first half with Margo, you got to be real careful if you're rotating back in from main towards Squeaky. Got to be real careful. Oh, that grenade's gone the wrong way. No broken door for Lucy. We know she loves the door. She can enjoy it for longer now on this round. Naylor forced to fall back and concede the ramp position. Hikomi gets her bell rung before she can really respond or even make decisions there. That was so quick from Vispal. And suddenly we've got problems here for the CTs. I mean, how long can Letty even stand here with Heaven being compromised? Abitka's making her way to plant the bomb, even with Letty on the bomb fight, and down she goes. Disaster strikes for Peekaboo.
But a chance to come back into it now, but that might have just been ripped away from them. It's got to be Naylor again. Has that kip, but directly below her one, and that was the chance for Daylari. Very quick on the response. And Overpeek very quick with that round. Ramp gets breached, and they cause chaos everywhere.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like a bonus round for the CTs, but I think it was the kill in hell here. Hikomi couldn't even respond. I don't know if it was a communication breakdown or something with the CT falling back on ramp, but that is a critical position to lose in a scenario like that. And it seemed like that she was caught by surprise as well. So if there is a lesson to be learned in that scenario for Peekaboo, it needs to be learned quickly.
Hikomi, I think, got very caught off that, was considering going up the ladder, looked towards it, and as she looked back, that's when that swing came from hell. Pace on it. Them off guard. Player starts down hell, but it's outside that the crawl comes through. Hikomi's got a really good position here, yeah. So they were potentially conceding the space because of the position in secret, but that's now lost. The smoke on main, you know that you've got full outside because the CT player was in towards, well, CT spawn.
And that may indicate the pace at which the T's will look to play out the remainder of this round. Letty still manages to catch Delari, though. When you go down to 3 players, it really does limit your options here. How much you can sell something that might be a lie. And then there were 2. Vispel and Sosia, but Vispel's got a good position. Expected by Angelka, who is laser focused. You can see it on the camera. She's visualizing from start to finish. Sosia in a clutch then. 29 seconds, 3 players to find. A-bomb site's not clear just yet. A big swing from Letty to stop the bleeding. 3 survive for Peekaboo.
Big round from Letty as well. After Julie goes down, and they've kind of lost control of full outside there. Hikomi's rotated back in from CT spawn, but Letty catching off the door player and then just staying grounded on the bomb side. Angelka, there was a lot more awareness there. It was a real opposite of kind of the round before, where they were getting kind of caught off guard by the Tech 9s and the positions they were in. This time around, it felt like outside of Julie going down here, every CT fight, they had the read on what the T's were doing. No one was caught off. It was just walking into expected angles, which shows that the communication was pretty tight here.
It will need to be. Both teams will be laser focused now, as it already feels like a critical stage. Of course, it will for Overpeek on the catch-up, in the lead on paper, but looking at their money, may not feel that way. Although we've seen the Tech 9 succeed already. This will feel like a round they can win for sure.
I know you two really set up these pistols. Just going to try and burst onto Naylor, who's playing very active on top of the box. Wait for it to fade. Testing her out. It's fishing elsewhere. Margo's exploring outside, but this is the true test. If they can remove Naylor, that gives them the way into this round. That's an AK that can be recovered, but that's Hikomi with a spray on 2. And Julie catches out Margo, so they got all the info on these final 2 players.
Overpeek abusing the numbers well, forcing the CTs to fight, pulling the crosshairs away with the pistoleros. Okay, straight through the smoke. Angelka is determined. We know what she's like when she gets that level of focus. It's very hard to beat. And it will be a prompt and violent retake from Peekaboo, who will tie the score. But it has to be said as well, I'm not sure how to absorb this information, but whenever Peek have got the Tech 9s, they're getting a lot of mileage in these rounds. That doesn't necessarily mean that the same thing will happen on a buy with AKs, because you don't have that freedom to charge at your opponent and so on. You kind of have to play around that a bit more normally. So we'll see for Peekaboo if it's a relief to have AKs rather than Tech 9s in this next round.
I feel like in that position, it's very micro, but if you reckon the smoke down, I don't know if planting in the default Astralis corner is the play at that point. May as well just try and get a bit tricky with it and off angle. That's why Angelka was able to pre-aim and dispatch of the bomb planter immediately. Still would have been an incredibly tricky round, though she'd lived. A lot of util early on this A side to make Angelka sweat, but it's outside that they wanted to put the pressure on. Julie peeks into Vispel's AWP, an opening pick or Overpeek. Now they have a lot of space to continue scaling. Vitka wants to keep moving forward. call comes to try and take this lobby control, Letty's just walk through. And
A minute
Joker
20.
following.
Look at the time and where they are. A minute 20, and they're the bomb's in heaven.
Yeah, they know though.
It's lightning fast. But now the CTs know the bomb's there as well. But again, the numbers game, overwhelming the A bomb site is what Overpeek are doing. 3-on-3, however, Angelka is waiting for her time to strike. Not a two-person spray down on this occasion. She'll feel like she could have won that one then and there. A dangerous play from Angelka. Has got good info for the rest of her squad. Now Margo's got a lot to do, but it is Margo after all who finds the angle. Nyla in such an awkward spot. Almost so close, but Margo makes it over 20 now with a 3K to keep her team in the fight.
Oh, Margo's undeniable. That one feels rough for Peekaboo. That felt like it was their opportunity, but Nyla misses that opportunity to close it. It was the right call too from them during the mid-round there. They lose outside, the smoke's on main. It was clear the scaling was going to come in from heaven, so they take lobby control. Letty gets a brilliant kill onto Delari, but yeah, just not able to quite pull off that post plant despite the right moves in the mid-round. Still holding on with a bit of a buy here. Celestia, ooh. Okay. Decided not to go down, but then went down. Surely we'll catch her. So all of that up and down for nothing.
Oof, timing almost caught Angelka there. Just saw it in time. I love rounds like this because there's so much on the line. And there's so little money for the team that loses. Really can't make a mistake, but you have to be brave enough to take the right risk. 3 remain for Overpeek. They've been really fun to watch on this T side, but that is great work. Angelka offering a little extra there, but Julie stealing the frags. Peekaboo would love to survive in the numbers here as well.
Keep these 3.
Yeah, no,
Fat mass, you know, it's whatever.
yeah, they've had 3 AKs in quite a few rounds. Also, Peekaboo stopped the bomb plant, quite crucial, and tie the score. Money's in an awkward spot, but that may mean Tech 9s, and who knows what happens if those come out.
Julie. I think she sprays more than any other player. It's crazy. She's so good with it, so accurate. The amount of times her sprays result in headshot kills, it's remarkable. It will be some Tech 9. It's only a couple with armor though, so I'm not holding my breath that Overpeek will be able to pull off the same success.
They can't afford so much util around these Tech 9s, which is kind of weird. Like, we can see Saucy's picked up the Deagle. Does the player sacrifice a pistol? Okay, they're switching, yeah. Because I feel like if you're going to go Tech 9s, you need util to get through certain choke points. It seems they'll go fishing with the Desert Eagle instead. I mean, there's no real good decision here. There's no one decision, and there's no real great one because of how limited their funds are. We'll see if they can find the headshots. The CCs will have to be careful about holding, especially a tight position, to try and duel as the T's dance with their Deagles. Oh boy. Okay, Saucia, I see why she bought one then. Very quick into action. And I mean, this is a 5-on-3 with a minute 20 on the clock and control of Secret. What's happening, Lucy? This is bad.
This is not the round that they were... this is the round that wasn't supposed to go like this. This was the easy one. And now they have no one top site, and that is where the pistols are now going. Okay, Letty's going to make her way back up. Towards heaven. It's going to be a split onto this bomb site. Angelka is rounding outside, so she's going to find 2... Well, 1, 2, there it is. And... Oh! She's fine. She's fine, and I think
Oh,
between
no,
them,
she's
oh
not,
no, she's not okay. Oh, how's that happened?
But is this a save? Do you have to save now?
No,
The
you go
problem
for
is-
this. You can do this. You've got the kit.
Letty's on the site, so they have to. Oh, that's so important, that second frag. Oh, everything's on the line here for the CTs. My word, down to the wire. It shouldn't be, but it is. If they look at their money before they get this diffusing, Julie's got literal nothing in her pockets but knives and lint. Like, if they lose that round, they're crawling into the next one. Oh, Sosia with the deagle. That moment from Angelica where she just falls back in time. I mean, it did cost her anyway, actually. But bloody hell, that is a sigh of relief for Peekaboo. Exhale.
Yeah, you can't fumble 2 rounds to pistols. That would just be nightmares when you try and go to sleep later. That's how you lose this map. But it could still have serious ramifications. This was looking outside, top of the box. Overpeek have identified that there's a lot of space outside. It's not really been heavily contested outside of the very first gun round. They're just scaling for free. I'm surprised to see Vispo so aggressively clearing with the orb, but hey, it's worked successfully. Julie's shocked, and you would be.
Numbers game, safety in numbers here for Overpeek. Of course, they will be making elephant steps here, so they've got to get their skates on and seize control of this bomb site. They've got the util to close off the choke points, though. A little spotted. That could be a very good HE. It'll be all of 2 HP, though, on this occasion. Right,
it's got to be the safe goal.
Oh, with 4 players alive, it's so hard to do. But if they lose...
Position.
Yeah, again, this is a point where you could lose everything and be broken at the worst possible time in the whole game. Still having a look. But indeed, Lucy, they are making what is most likely the right decision here and falling back.
You never want to when you've got so many players up, but they just had no way into that, and you're bound to lose at least one on the exit. So if they can hold these 3, which they will, that's fine for the next round, especially with Joker and Naylor having some money. Oh, I mean, it's not fine. Actually, it's not fine. But maybe it's workable. Oh, no, you can't. You just have to play with these 3 rifles. Oof. That's how Letty went down.
This game is on a knife edge. I feel like many of these rounds have been on a knife edge. Oh, they're keeping the money together. Peekaboo with the collection pot. Rainy day fund for worst case scenario, which is quite likely. But we can see that they're taking the fight to the T's. Now that rotation can be heard. That's more than 1 pair of steps rotating away from that lobby position. Not much Julie can do about it. Can't even really bait for her teammate because she's also got a USP.
Well, now the bait might work. 2 USPs down here. Oh, Angelica, that was an opportunity. Visful, another critical kill. Naylor gets caught on her crunch, so it's only Hikomi's rifle left. They're going to be streaming towards her, but all eyes on Heaven. The 3 rifles are actually the first 3 to fall. So nothing to be done with these save weapons. There were chances. They were denied.
You know what they did? They opened all the right doors.
Yep.
That's a hell of a full circle, isn't it? You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm here all series, Lucy.
Okay. Glad. And not only all series, but also tomorrow.
Yeah.
The fun doesn't end.
Even more. You'll go to sleep, you'll wake up, and I'll still be here.
Yeah. It's like a nightmare that you just can't wake up from. This map turning into a bit of a nightmare for Peekaboo. Could be back-to-back 13-11s. Taking their opposing map picks, or... Oh, Visible has really kicked it up a gear. This has been absurd.
Flow state. How often do you see Angelica get deleted like that? Crucial time for Overpeek. I'm sure some thought it couldn't be done, but they are just around the corner from taking Nuke away from Peekaboo. Not over just yet, though. Julie prioritizing the bomb planter there, leaves only 2 remaining. MP9 won't work out for Hikomi. And Letty needs a miracle now. 1 versus 4 as the bomb is planted. Oh, the combo. She won't make it past those flames. Sosia will get the last frag, and the comeback is here. Nuke has been seized, and they will force a 3rd map.
Both teams stealing their opponent's map pick 13-11. What a...
Say, but is certainly a tool which can certainly help, can give you the boost you need. You know, on the CT side, deep towards A or B, be it ramp or long, it doesn't really matter. It can be a factor. But let's see what the keys to victory are as we go through the journey of Ancient, the final map between these squads. It's been a great game so far. Knife Edge Nuke. What kind of map will we be offered here on Ancient? Angelica jumping in, avoiding headshots if anybody's holding an angle. Inviting a USP. An inviting USP, rather, with Julie's around the corner. And it looks like Peekaboo have avoided most players thus far. Now Julie trying to punish the rotation. We've got T's in unusual angles. Angelica with a lot of players coming her way. She looks shocked by that one. Bomb has been planted on A, however, and there are the T. Oh my God, the CTs are streaming in. Letty with the Glock, though, so many bullets. Speaking of, Sosia trying to come through there, bouncing off the ceiling to avoid getting headshot. Not enough for her. That leaves Margo in the clutch, trying to do what she can. No kit for Margo. She's found one off her teammate, actually. And that leaves her in a 1 versus 1. She needs to find a way to draw Letty out in order to have a chance to defuse this bomb. And Letty's got all the information now. Just needs to play the long game. Comes all the way out. Is there time to defuse it? I'm not sure that there is. It's going to be a close one. Oh, she's just about got it. Margo beasting once again.
There's no way she had the time. Oh my God. That kit dropped in Donut just enough. You feel like she's got to stick it at that first time, but no, she gets off, gets the kill on Letty, who misses the instant headshot, has to take her time, and that's enough for Margo to find the kill. And barely a slither to get that defuse off. I was gonna say that round looked great for the CTs until it didn't, but then Margo continued to be as brilliant as she was on Nuke.
I was a non-believer. But if you look at her camera, she seemed completely confident that she was getting that defuse. Cannot count these players out from both teams. Again, very unpredictable on Nuke. Squad's just fighting so hard for the rounds on that map. If you're joining us late, both Peekaboo and Overpeek have won their opponent's picks, leaving us with an Ancient decider. Really down to the wire on Nuke. But it's in the past now. The ink is dry on that one. Heading towards the 45-second mark here as Peekaboo wait to make their play.
It's going to be this B hit. So hoping to draw players over, and that presence from Julie all by herself is not enough to keep at least some interest here, but with her going down, you have to start accelerating forward, and Letty actually takes down both, and they can't go for it. This ball's already low. The disengage is happening.
We've got to give a huge credit to Hikomi there, because it looks on paper with 0 kills that she's not really contributed here. But her job on the ramp is to wide swing with the Mac 10, pull the crosshair away, and allow Letty to capitalize off that distraction. So Hikomi runs and dies. Her job is to run and die there, and Letty's job is to follow up and deliver. That's what Letty does. And
going for this. There's like
Really?
no time left, but they're going for this. A double up in towards the cave, the flames go down. That maybe would have been a chance. I'm surprised that they decided to, I guess they have the MP9s. If this ball lives, which she will, still got that rifle to force around.
that was a curious one. Because I feel like it almost felt like maybe if the T's rotate a bit early, they have a chance. But they also used the util before they went into the site. And I think only one had a kit as well. That was. I feel
They
like
had a
if there was a marginal decision there, it was on the wrong side of the margin. But yeah, I mean, big credits to Hikomi. She did her job well there and trusted in her teammate to deliver the goods to allow them to take the bomb site and plant the bomb. So
You got to see that great spray transfer from Letty on the second. Margo didn't even get a chance to really respond. Direct A, a great play when you know that the CTs have to force buy into it, so their weaponry probably won't be the best. The 5.7, though, is pretty good. Between that and the M4, they go 1 for 1. AK picked up by Angelica. The smoke that has appeared in mid-side is causing some concern. CT's just playing on the back of it, but they line up, and Angelica sprays them down with the help of Margo. An unfortunate timing there as they did try and work around the edge. Vispal needs to pull off this 1v3. She has information on Julie. That one's the easy one. Joker is low, so there is a world that she can navigate this. Naylor starts to move forward, and Vispal catches up Angelica. Not ready for Naylor, who just waits patiently to strike.
I'm trying to remember what the CTs had at the end of that round, that last ditch effort, if you will, versus what they came into the next round with. Maybe they got the abacus out and figured it was about the same, so let's go for it. Either way, that suddenly became very dangerous. Maybe waiting for their last player to rotate in, starting to lose personnel. And again, I think some rounds on that game of Nuke were a bit nightmarish for Peekaboo on their CT side versus the Tech-9s and so on. So these should win, but starting to lose situations could make some players nervous here in the territory of a deciding map in this series, especially when the European region is so competitive in both groups at the moment. You really can't afford to drop a series here.
Yeah, I mean, for Overpeek, they sit happily with wins over two very key teams. So for them, you know, if they win this, they're pretty much guaranteed top 3. But if Peekaboo win this, it really opens up the entire group. Certainly going to win this round. So yeah, I think the group's really interesting in Group B because it is the most stacked group. But both Peekaboo and Imperial sitting 1-1, Nemesis 0-2. It's caused all sorts of craziness.
Yeah, I feel like the right win here could just put them all in a tumble dryer. Yeah, I think Nemesis will, I want to say turn things around, but I feel like that's not necessarily doing them justice. I think they could easily be in a 1-1. They could have easily been in a 1-1 situation as well. And they feel like they, you know, I watched their last match. Oh, okay. Space program for Julie. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, you just work with what you've got now, which is the 0-2 scoreline. But yeah, it is super competitive is essentially what I'm trying to say and agree with.
Yeah, I think Nemesis, they've got Shinigami tomorrow. We'll be covering that one, I believe.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think Peekaboo Nemesis the week after is going to be critical to the fates of both those teams. One map at a time. Series at a time. Fight out middle after delayed util. And the CT's not holding 2 actively. Sosya just spamming in from Red Room. Exchange Future, she is a bit stuck here, but she might get this swing. They're just waiting. Sosya's going to confirm it, and then Delaria will look to swing off the contact, and actually doesn't, and instead it's Julie spraying Delaria and getting both of them.
That was looking like a really awkward scenario for the CTs to peek and try and get the better side of something there. Player somewhat stuck in Red Room. Maybe without choice at that point. Now, they don't really have much in terms of position, what remains of Overpeek here. I think the right call would be to retract in this scenario. And that's essentially what they are doing. Try and keep as many buy rounds up as you can. Hopefully there won't be another late attempt on this occasion. Things get even more difficult now as Margo is dropped.
Nothing's going to deter Vispal from peeking. Nayla's bullets will will tell her that was a bad play. The AWP's conceded. You can see the money's not good for Overpeek. Victor might not even be able to hold on. Nayla is just slowly but surely creeping forward, and then the swing through off her teammate's contact. AWP is picked up, so Hikomi will actually get to use that. And Overpeek, they're going to have to for a bit of a half buy.
Yeah, I think Vispal knows that they're going to be hunted, and it would be pure luck if they find a place to hide in that scenario. So she's got to kind of take the fight to Peekaboo to just try and hold on to the AWP there. Doesn't work out in her favor, which is perfect for Peekaboo. Make them spend all the money. Every other round will be diabolical at this point for Overpeek unless they can turn things around quickly. And they will certainly want to before this gets out of hand. But again, this scenario, before that first peek came in, it just looked really dire in terms of positions. The donut player being smoked off entirely, unable to help the guy in Red Room, which I think at that point, I mean, the red room position, the forward part of Red Room, if you're getting out of there alive, then it's a stroke of luck. I think you kind of got to sack off that player and just leave them to expire at that point.
Yeah, that's the weird thing though, because it really felt like they were setting up for that bait. Like Delaria was playing on the edge of the smoke, like she was about to swing from Donut, but then for whatever reason they decide not to go for that play. The disengage happens, and Delaria still ends up getting sprayed. Deleted.
My words.
And Joga didn't even get a chance.
MP9 is not the same as mine. Mine doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, she's still using the old model. She's kept that one in storage.
Imagine being on the receiving end of a peak like that. I would be in shock.
Only it's Angelica that delivers those.
Yeah. I think I might need CPR after something like that. Well, there's still a lot of work to do. All right, then, Sosya will do it from what range as well with the MP9. This is outrageous work from Sosya. Working hard to keep Overpeek in the fight, and this is already nervous territory. There's time to get all over this bomb site as the bomb's not even planted just yet. Sosya coming through with the angles now, looking for more with the MP9, just swinging. Got cover from Delari, and the dream is collapsing in this round for Peekaboo. Letty and Nayla, oh god. Letty's got almost all the health of the remaining 2 players here, but the same could be true of Vispal with all of 39 HP. Next bullet wins, maybe. They have a kit as well. They have a kit on Bitka. Down she goes. That one needs to be found by Vispal, but she won't find any more frags. And another crisis will be averted by Peekaboo.
And Letty, the calm pair of hands there, making sure that one doesn't get out of control, dealing with those players coming up from ramp, and that very fast flank could have got out of hand. And knowing that's planted for her and there's no smoke on that bomb, there's that peek. She barely even sees her, but instantly to the head, and then another long-range MP9 kill. So Sosya doing everything she can. These 2 swings from Letty. Peekaboo back the round. Now it's just going to be a fast A play. There's no one actually here right now. It's going to be Sosya who arrives, but the smokes are already down. So she's been denied entry, and Nade put her further at bay. She's been brought down low. Bomb can be planted. Vispal, does she want to just try and spam? The flames actually disrupt her. I think she might have ended up finding that spray because it was the default plant. 5-on-5, 2 players at half HP. The post-spawn positioning, a little rough. They don't have donut control on the T side.
Yeah, this feels like a suicide mission for the CTs because they are just being funneled into this bomb site. They've got a lot of smokes, but I don't really know how they can use them to find a way in with these angles, and it might just be chaos on the bomb site. I hear knives being swung as they try to find the defuse in this, and there's body blocking all over the shop, but no one's on the bomb right now that I can see, and there's another attempt now. Has it been heard? They've somehow found all the frags, but they won't get the defuse on this occasion. I mean, it's hard to even get that far, but it costs them absolutely everything.
Yeah, I can't get away with that trick twice, James. The 0.1 second defuse worked in the pistol. Doesn't work here. There was a kill that came through on the first player that got onto the bomb instantly. That was the player they were trying to cause the chaos around, but I think someone was just pre-aiming where that bomb was. So unfortunately, not able to pull out that retake, despite actually being in a pretty decent position to do so.
Ooh, Angelica Orp. I think, is this spawn-based? Up she goes. I love how she leans into focus when she's holding an angle, not expecting Vispal, though, who's like, oh, I might fancy that Orp for myself. Margo's got an auto shotgun. Pretty good, though, to fish through the smoke, but if you have to rotate, then it becomes a problem. But for now, it'll do.
The auto shotgun is just
I do love
used
the
to break the smoke. It's actually pretty effective at it because it really does clear a lot of it. And in this little position Letty's in, it's like the perfect weapon to deal with the player here. But Letty picks the perfect time to swing. And they start to accelerate a bit, but on notice, only able to get the one, and it's going to allow the bomb to come through. Delari not going to go for the spam, doesn't want to give up her position. Has a good timing on this. Hikomi is low HP. Delari on this walkthrough. Can she find more than one? There's that kill. Tap on the bomb, and she found the second as well. Julie, last known player, flames at her feet. The sound cue comes through. Soshia's holding for it. And despite being in the worst position, it's Delari finding a perfect timing to get Overpeek their second.
Rare rounds in this half. Very rare indeed. That's a hell of a turnaround, though. There is opportunity to have a good score at half-time here in what looks to be a difficult CT half at present for Overpeek. Vispal on the AWP once again. We'll see if she can have some more impact with that. He could be looking to have a big swing towards that mid area, a two-pronged assault, if you will. Mixed results, losing 2 players. CTs will be happy with that.
Does cause a bit of a shift in the defense. A lot of players coming over to deal with the possibility of red room. These haven't pushed the issue on B though, so they'll be able to slot back in. Vispal will take over responsibility of that mid part of the map. Because they don't have donut, you can see Delari is just pushing through. There is going to be a big gap that he's technically could come back through middle if Delari keeps pushing to T-spawn. But if she just holds this, she has the perfect position for the rotate until she's spotted.
.40 seconds on the clock. We've got a duel on the A bomb site, which is won by Hikomi. Does that pull rotation? Certainly does from the T's. Margo will clear ramp eventually, and off to the races they go. But again, the CTs have lost all position. Look at that swing from Abitka, doing what needs to be done. They can only lose so many rounds here. High urgency as they are distracted in mid by Letty, who's had such important multi-frags. Could this be another one? Indeed, it will be another pair of frags for Letty. That's at least 3 rounds for in the 7 that have been won by Peekaboo, where Letty's got a multi-frag, and they have been critical for Peekaboo.
Great second kill there. That was a tricky one for Letty. It's fine. Looked like they were in a great position, but Daylari, I don't really... I think that's maybe just a miscomm or a misunderstanding of the way the map's played out, but I think she assumed that because she spotted a player ledge and she'd gotten to that position that there couldn't be someone donut, but that was always the possibility. And that's the reason I thought she pushed A main, because they realized they'd conceded mid. They needed to find the extremity position. So she gets caught, and the rest of the house of cards tumbles.
Overpeek heading towards leaning on some pistol magic in the second half. With a number of rounds you could barely call a handful. Peekaboo being careful. But that one step was a step too many. That allowed Visible to expect to visualize, to steal a rifle with no response. And there's Util as well. Now Peekaboo know there's an AK on this bomb site, or there's likely to be. If they choose to end up rotating towards it, Saucia's got a smoke. But it seems that they will commit to this bomb site. In they go then. Utility used well. Space being created. Looks good for Peekaboo. Covering their angles. More Util where that came from. But this is an Overpeek squad with not much to lose in this scenario. So this round's not done just yet. This ball flashed off the angle. 5-7 still trying to get some work done though. Now you start to wonder if they'll be able to save this AK. I'm not sure if there's much more in this round for Overpeek. No kit, no ninja defuse coming for Daylari. Just trying to find a cheap exit. Maybe go over rifle, but she's very close to that bomb as well. So nothing doing, leaving empty-handed our Overpeek from this one. We move to 8 for Peekaboo.
Really great to see Peekaboo in this form. We had them on the stream last week versus Imperial, who obviously made a pretty big splash against them. Anna with a 1.95 rating in that series. And I was a little worried about what Peekaboo's rest of their season would look like, but a win against Overpeek, if they can pull this off, looking like they're looking. There's an argument they could have done this in 2. They'll come to a win on Ancient. That would do wonders for this team. Overpeek not done yet. Visible's AWP comes back out. Haven't been able to see that a lot just because the economy hasn't supported it, but she was such an important factor on Nuke. Imagine she'll be looking to get involved early. Don't really anticipate that she'll be posting up somewhere where there won't be action.
That smoke is very high indeed.
Yeah, that elbow smoke's not quite hit the mark, but not going to matter. Daylari still gets the kill. The spam almost takes out Naylor as well.
Yeah, every little helps for Overpeek. Tagged but still standing for a number of players. Rounding towards the ramp, a role reversal if you will. Gotta be careful though, because Letty is lurking and you know she's good for more than one. Oh
what?
my word, Letty, what is that? Complete deletion on the ramp.
What? There's just no way. That is just pure... I mean...
She's going for the ace. Look at her go. She's just got to run around
I mean,
map.
why not? I mean, that second kill... There's a lot of luck that goes into that, but wow. Not a lick of damage on her.
Letty makes her own luck. And Visible's like, please, I don't want to be part of this highlight. Just let me live. Let me breathe. Oh, here comes Leslie.
Oh, Lady's coming.
Oh, man.
No time.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my word. You make your own luck, Letty. She put her cross there. That's visualization. I refuse to believe there's any luck in that whatsoever. She is transferring in case someone tries to trade. She put her cross there where it needed to be and deleted them before knowing anything about it. That's pure skill. That's God mode. That's flow states, Lucy.
That's the third one of those she's done as well. So
Nasty
work. She has been a menace with the rifle.
My temperature is rising. I'm getting hot watching these replays. Oh,
That is a play of the day, no doubt.
that's more than the day.
Hikomi.
That's play of the autumnal season. Hey, I'm making that statement.
Nah, we had one of those. I can't remember what it was. that was a play.
There was a play. Lucy 2025.
Listen, that was a play.
Oh man, I don't even know how many of her players are even aware of what she just did, but Overpeek certainly are, and that is demoralizing. God, what a peak of talent. I'm still recovering from this. Ow.
Won't be any recovering for Overpeek here as Delari is pinned in the corner and she's run down by Letty. Who else? A 10-2 half domination from the T side.
we return for the final half of this series, at least in regulation. Much work to be done in
What a
this
bold
pistol. Well, you know, this is climbing the mountain for Overpeek. You wonder if they're going to get very far the way this pistol has started, but Saucy's been good with the pistols. A 3-on-3, still doable. Julie's not shy to be aggressive here. Can they open the right door? Angelka takes one at range in the face. Still standing with 8 HP. Much on the line in this pistol. Angelka and Hikomi very low indeed. No kit that I can see on these remaining players. But they're close. They're very close indeed. And Overpeek disengaged from the bomb site entirely. Are they going to play the beep? Someone's going to have to hold the angles here as Julie looks to force the issue. But she walks into stereo frags here. One on either side. And it will be what Overpeek needed. A pistol win. That was a tough one. That was a scary one for them. But they delivered under the pressure.
Yeah, that's now 5 of 6 pistols for Overpeek. So, yeah, things will be going pretty good for them in the pistol department. And this time, I don't think Peekaboo will be offering up a force buy back. So, Overpeek will be a nice comfy round against a PG50 and 4 USBs. This is a fun stack.
Time to think about the rounds to come.
Well, Vispal's just going to walk into... Oh, this isn't fun anymore. Oh, she's seen it. She's seen it. Can we get Vispal POV, please?
Oh.
She can get all of them. She can get the full house.
Oh, come on.
Oh, the cards crumble and the ace comes through. That is the one thing you didn't want to happen.
Wonderful. She's got $7,000. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, she can get that up early if she wants it now.
Everybody wishes they discover a scenario like that. But they won't make that mistake twice. Some slightly different angles next time.
I mean, that's the only position. Like, you never expected someone to come from CT, like, of all positions.
Rifles and SMGs in round 15 for Overpeek. Vispal leaving 6k in the bank. I think Vispal and Margo will be the big swings. See if Margo comes to life more on this T side. This is a great opportunity. Good timing on the flash. Angelka delivers regardless. Margo to trade. Nyla finds one through the corner of the smoke.
Bomb's not here. This is not a commitment to the B bomb side. They're actually making space over towards A, but really never budged and no need to. Because just trying to fake out this, and yeah, the fact that there's no follow through, that boost or nothing means that now they know this is going to be the A play. Julie able to swing off the contact of Letty, and between the two of them, they have disrupted this attempt to pull a fast one. Becca's going to come through Donut. Her timing on this could be good. Yeah, she lines up too. And aware of the possibility of this lurk, but loses her teammate and loses her duel. So first gun round for Peekaboo in touching distance of 12.
Now, what does Vispal do with the money? Surely got to share the wealth. Get rifles out. I think that's what she's doing. But again, great presence of mind for the CTs. Not playing schoolboy football, if you will, where everybody chases the ball, essentially. No one's really thinking about the bigger picture. Not the case for this squad. Big fights in mid, though. Julie's got a lot to do. Dependable pair of hands. Look at that burst. Beautiful work falling back to Donut. Nerves of steel, putting Peekaboo in a 4-on-3 very early here in round 16.
Been a quite a map from Margo, which is surprising after how dominant she was on both map 1 and map 2. 20 plus frags across both those maps. Overpeek been silenced really across the board. There's space over on this B-bomb site. You can see there's been a disengaged by Naylor. She's playing retake. Majority of forces in middle. Letty starts to go on a mission to clear out all these little spaces. It's going to free up the rotation. Now Angelica starts to move over. Smoke and Flash goes down. Naylor wants to stay active, sees the back of Daylari, but the flames prevent her wider swing. Still wants to go for this fight. Utility set her up. No, she's going to be straight into it. Doesn't work out her way. And they just keep on swinging. Daylari with 2 puts it into the 2-on-2. Abika limping. There's got to be Margo that does most of the work. Mentioned her name. How strong she was on those first 2 maps. Needed here. Eyes are on her, and she's the only one still standing on the bomb, not anticipating Margo to peek out. Angelica needs to flush her forward, needs to find this kill, needs to come quickly, can't. It's Margo that finds that impact.
She is really good. Like she's just got so much wisdom. You can see how she plays in the clutch, the decision making, and just the confidence as well. Doesn't matter what's at stake. Able to deliver is Margo. Coming to life when her team need her. Overpeek moving to 5. There is much work to be done, but you have to ask the question if the hard work is behind them now. They've broken the money for the CTs. If they can keep them broke, then their journey to an equal score, maybe a much shorter one. One thing to say it, another one to do it. Vispel will pull out the AWP, but there's an early loss to the pistols, and Margo might not last much longer. Getting her bell rung by Angelica, and indeed the USP will finish her off.
Ooh.
That's some violent revenge, though. That'll definitely leave some skid marks sliding across the floor. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Naylor's got a fierce dig.
Oh.
It's some blinders in series first Nemesis. And it would be poetic justice if Peekaboo got map point off a round like this, which was what broke them on Nuke.
Especially how many pistols have been lost in general.
Free upgrade for Letty. Vispel's going to be on this line. Good. Using use of the high ground there, but Vispel finds a different angle of approach. Naylor nails her, but can't find the follow through. It's Sosya. And we'll make sure it's Overpeek's round like it should have been. Peekaboo getting that one way closer than was comfortable.
Naylor, why are you even pulling out the rifle at that point? If you're hitting shots like that. Oh, my words. This is shocking stuff. I cannot contain myself witnessing these Deeg frags. We thought Saucy was a badass with what she was doing, but my word, look at that. Where are you off to? Where are you going? Galils are out. Priority on utility. Up the ramp they go. Angelica's got some work to do. A casual burst onto Margo. That's a good frag to get. Down to 3 HP now, still standing. But the bomb site is very quickly compromised. We can see Daylari lurking in that mid position. Julie will look for her. Letty dropped 21 frags for 12 is Letty. No further part to play in this round though. And Peekaboo will slowly disengage. Some footsteps heard. We'll see if Overpeek choose to hunt. Can't be too careful, though, with everything on the line here as you try to catch up.
I'm going to be shocked if we end up in OT after how you brought in the half, implying it was a possibility. Inches ever closer. Sport continuing to have impact. Found her way to the top of the T side. Letty still taking the podium most frags. Overpeek going to keep it simple in this one. Looking to set up for A. Vicker's putting a lot of pressure over at B, trying to keep bodies rooted. They start to make their way into A main. Angelica goes hunting. It's going to find that no one's behind this smoke. It's going to lean to this lead. Letty, when you want ahead of this pack, and she dropped the flames just in time. They run out in front of them, and that's going to cost them. Letty almost taking down 3 with that transfer. Hikomi helps her out. Vicka will find success on her lurk for 1, but now they can just lock in on Margo. But a difficult player to take down. Still takes 1.5 to the grave. Letty finds her 3rd. Vicka's position was known. A difficult clutch for her despite the low HP on 2. Isolating these fights is going to be exceptionally difficult. No one's currently watching her right now, but she makes a footstep. There'll be that turn back. Hikomi's eyes lock on. Letty gets ready to swing. This is Julie. A bomb in such a tricky position to pick up. As soon as you try and take a fight with one of these players, there'll be a swing from at least one more, but potentially the walkthrough. No, Julie will catch her from behind. So 12 and series point found.
She really did everything she could there. But just no chance versus discipline to that level. Peekaboo have made it then to match point. Now it's time to push over that hill if they can. Overpeek will still have something to say about this though. Perhaps looking for a fast one in towards B would make sense with what they're carrying in terms of weaponry. See what Nayla's got to say about it though. Letty looking for another multi-frag. Nayla with that M4A4 is ready to deliver, but the trades will be here. Running out of bullets, but not before Overpeek run out of people. You can see Angelica, classic pop-off there. That was a hard-fought victory. They lost so many pistols, but still they rise to the top.
Yeah, they had to do it the hard way, didn't they? 1 pistol round throughout that entire series.